Welcome to Important Updates, your trusted source for breaking headlines, global insights, and sharp analysis from around the world. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update. I'm sure you've heard the news. On January 18, 2026, a quiet press release from Beijing sent shockwaves through the global tech industry. China announced a bold new strategy, a state-funded push for tech self-sufficiency and strict export controls on rare earth minerals vital for advanced manufacturing. This was more than policy, it was a declaration of technological independence. For years the West, led by the US, controlled the flow of high-tech tools, aiming to slow China's rise. Now, China was rewriting the rules, challenging the established order and raising the stakes for everyone. The implications reach far beyond boardrooms. This move could shape the price of your next phone, the security of your country, and the future of global power. Did Western sanctions create the very competitor they feared? The world's attention turned to the Netherlands, home to a company at the heart of this global confrontation. What happens next could affect us all. Let's break it down. Microchips, also known as semiconductors, are essentially the brains behind every electronic device you use. Whether it's your smartphone, your laptop, your car, or even the servers powering the internet, microchips are at the heart of it all. They're the invisible force making modern life possible. Inside each chip are billions of transistors, tiny switches, each one smaller than a human hair. These transistors work together to process information at lightning speed, powering everything from your daily apps to complex scientific calculations. Without them, none of our digital technology would function. The more transistors you can fit onto a single chip, the more powerful and efficient the chip becomes. This is the driving force behind the rapid progress in technology, enabling faster computers, smarter phones, and more capable machines every year. Advanced chips are the engines behind artificial intelligence, self-driving cars, cutting-edge medical equipment, and even military defense systems. They're shaping the future in ways we're only beginning to understand. The global race is about who controls these building blocks of civilization. It's not just about making gadgets, it's about who leads the world in technology and innovation. Making microchips is a mind-bogglingly complex global process. Designs might originate in California, the chips themselves are manufactured in ultra-clean factories in Taiwan, and then assembled into devices in China. It's a supply chain that spans continents. But not all chips are created equal. Only a handful of companies in the world have the technology and expertise to produce the most advanced, cutting-edge chips. These elite players hold the keys to the future. That's where the real tension lies. Whoever controls the production of these elite chips essentially controls the direction of technology and, by extension, the future itself. This is about much more than just business or profit. It's about national security, global influence, and the balance of power between nations. The demand for faster, smarter, and more efficient chips never stops. Every new breakthrough sets off a race to the next one. The ability to design and manufacture the best chips is a strategic advantage every nation is desperate to secure. It's a race for technological supremacy, and that's why the world is watching this tech war unfold so closely, because the outcome will shape the future for everyone, everywhere. When you think of tech giants, the Netherlands probably isn't on your list, but it should be. This small nation is the linchpin of the global semiconductor industry. The reason? ASML, a company with a monopoly on the machines needed to make the world's most advanced chips. If you want to build the fastest processors, you need ASML's technology. There's no alternative. Their breakthrough extreme ultraviolet EUV lithography, a marvel of engineering. Each EUV machine costs over $200 million and is essential for cutting-edge chip making. The US has pressured the Dutch to restrict ASML's sales to China, aiming to slow Beijing's tech ambitions. The Netherlands is now caught between its security ally, the US, and its major trade partner, China. The stakes for this small country couldn't be higher. ASML's EUV machines are technological wonders, drawing lines thousands of times thinner than a human hair, with perfect precision. Each machine contains over 100,000 parts, sourced globally, and relies on physics breakthroughs decades in the making. No one else can build them. ASML's monopoly is a fortress of patents, expertise, and supply chains. This gives the Netherlands immense leverage. Chip makers worldwide depend on ASML to stay ahead. When the Dutch, under US pressure, denied China access, it's a hard stop for Chinese chip ambitions. But ASML faces a dilemma. China is a huge market, and trade restrictions only push Beijing to develop its own alternatives. The company walks a tightrope between profit and geopolitics. ASML's fate is now a symbol of how business and global power are inseparable. Its decisions ripple through the entire tech world. The future of innovation may hinge on what happens in Veldhoven. China's January move was a two-pronged strike. First, a massive state fund to build a fully domestic chip supply chain, no foreign tech needed by the 2030s. Second, strict export controls on rare earth minerals like gallium and germanium, essential for high-tech manufacturing. China controls over 80% of these minerals, making this a powerful bargaining chip. For years, the West used tech as leverage. Now China is using raw materials to fight back. The message, cut us off from your machines, and we'll cut you off from the minerals you need. This move disrupts global supply chains, creating uncertainty for companies from the Netherlands to the US. Beijing is betting that economic pain will force the West to reconsider its tech blockade. The Netherlands and ASML are now squarely in the crosshairs. Why now? Why is China making these bold moves at this particular moment in history? China's leaders have come to see technological supremacy as the ultimate key to national power, economic security, and even global influence. They're no longer content to play by Western rules, which they increasingly view as designed to keep them down. Years of US sanctions, export controls, and being denied access to critical technology like ASML's advanced chip-making machines have convinced Beijing that the global system is stacked against them, and that waiting for fair treatment is futile. In response, China is pouring billions of dollars into a crash program to catch up. They're not just investing in factories, they're luring top talent from around the world, launching ambitious research projects, and building a parallel tech industry at breakneck speed. The recent move to restrict rare earth exports isn't reckless or random, it's a calculated strategy. China can selectively target restrictions, dividing Western allies by granting some companies access while denying others, creating leverage in negotiations. This divide-and-conquer approach puts enormous pressure on Europe and the US to reconsider their hardline stance, potentially driving a wedge between Western partners. The West hoped that tech restrictions would slow China's rise. Instead, these measures have only fueled China's determination to achieve total technological independence, accelerating their efforts across every sector. The paradox is clear. Efforts to contain China may have actually guaranteed its resolve to become a true tech superpower, no matter the cost. China is betting that the short-term pain and sacrifice will be worth it for the long-term prize, full technological sovereignty and a seat at the top of the global order. The world is watching closely, waiting to see if this high-stakes gamble will pay off, or if it will backfire and reshape the global economy in unexpected ways. The stakes are enormous, nothing less than the future balance of global power, economic leadership, and technological dominance. The tech war has now entered a new, unpredictable phase, with consequences that will ripple across the world for years to come. China's move is already shaking global supply chains. Imagine you're a German optics supplier for ASML. Suddenly your key mineral costs triple, and deliveries are uncertain. ASML's machines get pricier, chip makers pay more, and those costs trickle down to Apple, Nvidia, and, ultimately, you. The result: higher prices for gadgets, slower innovation, and chaos for startups relying on rare materials. Small companies may be forced out, stifling innovation and punishing those without deep pockets. This isn't just corporate drama, it's a tax on global progress. The Western Tech Alliance is under strain. China's move tests the unity of the US, Netherlands, and Germany. Do they stand firm, risking economic pain, or seek compromise? China is betting it can exploit these divisions. The ripple effects are economic and deeply political. The world's tech order is being rewritten in real time. What's the next move? The world is holding its breath, waiting to see which direction the global tech race will take. The West faces a crossroads. One path is to escalate, imposing even tighter sanctions and restrictions on technology exports, which could trigger a deeper tech Cold War, risking not just diplomatic fallout, but also global economic chaos and market instability. Another option is to negotiate, perhaps trading access to advanced technology for a steady supply of critical minerals and resources. But trust is scarce on both sides, and every handshake is shadowed by suspicion. Most likely the world splits into two competing tech blocs, one led by the US and its allies, the other by China and its partners. In the short term, the West keeps its technological lead, maintaining dominance in chip design and manufacturing, but in the long term, China may build a rival ecosystem, investing heavily to catch up and eventually compete head-to-head. This could mean incompatible technologies, divided internets, and a world where devices and software no longer work seamlessly together. Nations everywhere may be forced to pick sides. For the Netherlands, this is a nightmare scenario. Its economy thrives on open trade, global connections, and cooperation, not division and barriers. ASML's global business model, built on serving customers worldwide, is suddenly at risk. The next few years will be a high-stakes game of strategy and survival, with every decision carrying enormous consequences. Decisions made in Washington, Brussels, and Beijing will shape not just the future of technology, but the future of the global order itself. Can the world manage this rivalry, finding ways to cooperate even as competition intensifies, or are we headed for a technological schism that divides humanity for decades to come? The answers to these questions will define the next era, shaping how we live, work, and connect. The stakes have never been higher, and the clock is ticking. As of January 18, 2026, the world stands at a crossroads. Technology, power, and influence are all in flux. The quiet Dutch town of Veldhoven is now ground zero for a global struggle. The era of easy globalization is ending, replaced by a race for technological sovereignty. The big question: can China replicate the West's complex chip ecosystem? If it succeeds, the global balance of power will shift, ending Western tech dominance. This story is a warning. Our interconnected world is fragile, and the systems we rely on can unravel fast. The chips that power our lives are a shared creation, now threatened by rivalry. The path forward is uncertain, a new Cold War or a new understanding. The next chapter is unwritten, but one thing is clear: the world is holding its breath, and the Netherlands is at the center of the storm. The future of technology and global order hangs in the balance.